Alright, in this section we're going to be talking about arrays of objects. So in 6.0 we are making arrays of primitive types, mostly ints. We could also do doubles or booleans or strings. But arrays can also be filled with objects too. So by the end of this video you'll be able to use arrays of objects instead of arrays of primitives. So that means we'll be able to declare and initialize arrays of objects, fill arrays with objects, and access and set the items in those arrays. So we're going to start with declaring and initializing. Before, this is how we were initializing and declaring an array. We'd say int bracket bracket x equals new int and then a number. Now it's very similar, but instead of ints we're going to do an object. So this is how we would make a student array filled with 20 students. We'd say student bracket bracket y, that's the name of our array, equals new student, and then we say the number of students we're going to put in the array. So notice here we said int, here we said capital S student, because that's the type that we'll be filling the array with. So it's really the exact same thing as before. You can do them separately too. If you wanted to do student bracket bracket y in one line, and then y equals new student 20 in the next line, that'd be fine. So, how to fill an array with objects. Student A equals new student, and then I fill in all the information. I'm just going to make 3 new student objects. If I wanted to put those student objects in an array, I could do this. There's 2 different ways. Here's the first way, student bracket, and then I name it student list equals, and then this should look familiar from 6.0. We're going to do curly brackets, and then A, comma, B, comma, C. So if I already know that these are the only students I'm going to put in my array, I can just do this. I don't have to use the word new. I can just tell the compiler this is student list. Student A, student B, and student C. If I tried to put an int in here, or a double, or something other than a student, I would probably get a compile time error. The other way we could do this is putting in students one at a time. So I could say student list equals new student 3, saying that I'm going to have 3 items in the list. And then I could say student 0 is A, 1 is B, 2 is C. Because remember, indexing starts at 0 and goes up to 1 minus the length of the list. So that's how I could set each item one at a time. So then how to access and use those items. Let's say this is my student list, same student objects as before. I can access student list at 2, and that'll give me that student object at 2. If I wanted to get more information about that student, I could do student list 2 dot get GPA. So this part here is accessing a student object for me, and then here's the method I'm running on that student object. So I'll get that student, and then I can get the GPA from the student. I could also do student list 0 dot get name. I could get the name of the student at the 0 index. If we wanted to change information about those students, we could do student list 2 dot set GPA, and I could change the GPA of that student, or student list 1 dot set grade level to something else. So you can do a lot of different things with items in the array. It's really important that you see this student list 2 or student list at 0. See that as a student object. You can kind of replace all of that text with A or B or whatever the name of the student object was. So once you've done student list 2, you can do anything to that item that you would do to a student object. So this should look really similar to what we are doing in 6.0, just we're using objects instead of primitives. What you're going to do now is open the 6.1 video check on Moodle and answer the questions. You can definitely use your notes, or if you want to go back and watch this video again before you do the quiz, that's fine too.